What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. How y'all been? I'm excited to give you guys a new video. We got a new backdrop back there. It's purple. My little sister picked it out. Shout out to you, Monet. And this is the look that we have for today. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, make sure that you keep on watching. But before you go into the next clip, make sure that you subscribe, and if you're looking forward to seeing this look, then make sure you like this video. Don't forget to hit the bell button so that you won't miss out on any of my uploads. Turn on your post notifications, y'all, because otherwise y'all probably ain't gonna see my video until years later. We don't want that. So make sure you subscribe. And again, thanks you guys for even clicking on this video, and I'll catch you in the next clip. I forgot to mention this video is going to be a little chatty, so if you're not looking for that, then I don't know what to tell you. I got other videos you could just watch in silence or whatever, but we're going to talk today. So if you're ready to talk, if you're ready to listen, then go ahead and keep watching. So taking my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, I am going to apply that to my face today. So this should give me a very smooth canvas. You know, we're gonna see what it does. Today I just want to talk about how important taking care of your skin is. Not just your face, but your entire body. So I have dry skin. Normal to dry. Taking my Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation in the shade Lagos or Lagos, one of them. I'm just going to apply that on the back of my hand and then go in and blend it on my face. Your entire body is very important for you to take care of because of the fact that, like, the skin is the largest organ of the body. So you got to make sure that you're taking care of it. For me, you know, it was never stressed to me how important, you know, certain things are. Like the skin, for instance, you know. Of course, like, your parents tell you, like, put on lotion, stuff like that. But it's not like, oh, if you don't put on lotion, you know, your skin could be very dry and itchy, and that can be really annoying. So sometimes you just need people to explain all of that to you. But I feel like when our parents were younger, or like, I don't know, it just seemed like they just didn't know a lot. So it's like these days, because we have the internet, we can just look into a lot that I believe just haven't been looked into. And then of course, like, generational cycles, we got, you know, the same thing going on where their parents didn't explain, so they don't explain, and it just keep going. But for me, I need to tell my kids that you gotta take care of your skin, because my skin was very dry the other day, and like, I think it was because of Dove soap. Like, Dove soap is not good either. So if you're using Dove soap and you have dry skin, that is a big no-no. Dove soap has properties inside of them that dries the skin out. And I was looking at something, and basically somebody like went over like a lot of the products that were in them in like an article. And a lot of the products are just to cleanse the skin and not really to moisturize. So we gotta be careful of like overly cleansing our skin, because it strips us of our natural moisture. So that's when your skin becomes very dry and it's not good. You are prone to like different reactions that you wouldn't have if you had that protective barrier, you know, there to really protect your skin from any outside irritants. So I just went through like what I thought was probably like a allergic reaction, but because my skin was so dry, I was reacting to the detergent that I was using. And so I also like to take showers with like really hot water. So that's another thing like that you gotta teach at a young age, because now it's kind of hard for me to be like, yeah, you know, I want to take a lukewarm shower. Like, that's not it for me. Like, that's not the wave. I like my water like scalding hot. So if you teach early enough, you know, it'll be something that a child is already used to. And that's just like some of the stuff that I just want to be able to tell my kids, or my kid, when I have some. Or just tell anybody who, for that matter, that don't know. So that was just my experience this week. So I just felt like I wanted to talk about it with you guys, because I know a lot of people too aren't aware of that. So just as I wasn't aware, I'm pretty sure like you guys aren't. And I went to school for aesthetics, which is like basically like studying the skin. But that part, I think I've paid attention more to like the face aspect over the body, but I also didn't pay that much attention to the face because I have pretty decent skin, so it was something that I kind of like overlooked. But now I'm more so like, nah, you know what, girl, you gotta pay attention, because you can't be out here with no super dry skin and itching all over the place. Cause that's what it causes. It causes like super irritated skin. And when your skin is irritated, it's a lot of itching going on. That's that on that. Y'all be careful out here. Especially in this weather. Ooh, if it's the winter time where you are and it gets cold, you gotta be careful. Because that weather changing, it really changes things. It really changes things, especially about your skin. So let's talk about the Juvia's Place matte foundation. Like, I really like that foundation. As a person with normal to dry skin, you can use products that are matte. You just have to properly prep your skin. So if you're like super dry, first of all, you probably want to exfoliate. So you probably want to look into exfoliators for dry skin. And then some products you can use. Well, actually, a lot of products you can use. You got to make sure that you're moisturizing. Like, it's all about your skin prep. So all of these foundations and stuff like that can be used. So like, we know, even though we have dry skin in the summertime, our skin pretty much produces oils and sweat because it's hot. So you want to use more matte foundations, because obviously matte foundations are better for like oily skin and like warm, hot weather. So it's all about your skin prep. So like I said, make sure that we out here exfoliating. That's very important. So I'm gonna take this Morphe sponge and just blend everything together. Also, so I use Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 6 or 9. I use Juvia's Place Shade Stick in the shade Tunisia, I believe. Since I'm looking at my nails, let's talk about that. So I'm not like really a person that's really big on like acrylic nail sets anymore, or just fake nails in general. I've like gotten to the point where, you know, I just like to have my natural nails. So I'll typically do my own like manicures and stuff like that. So that's where I've been as far as nails go. Or I'll just wear my regular nails like however they are. I'm just not big on that no more. I think as you get older though, you kind of like, those things kind of just become whatever. And that's what they have become for me. But of course I know different strokes for different folks. So I know some older people that are still into that. But for me, I just feel like I could do it myself, and also like I just don't feel like that's very responsible of me to like continuously get my nails done every week when I can't really afford it. But also I've been trying out like press-on nails. This is Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Powder and Banana. So yeah, press-on nails have been the wave. They're just as good as a acrylic set. Like, I feel like they're better though, because acrylic kind of like damages your nails. So if you could go ahead and use a set of press-on nails that'll stay on for about 2 weeks, because for me they lasted pretty long, and then the glue that came inside of it also allowed the nails to last pretty long too. So because I'm kind of into that too, that's another thing. So if you're not into that, it just won't be good for you. But if you're one of those type of people that's like, yeah, I'm on a budget, want to save, or just like want to try something different, I recommend it. I'm gonna do a video on the press-on set. I got them from Walgreens. What else could I say? Yeah, I think I had them on in a previous video though. Intentions are to create a video showing you guys what they look like. Cause press-ons are the wave, I'm telling y'all. Don't miss it. Also those poly gel or something nails, I want to try those. So I'm going to look into that too. So I'm going to take this Makeup Forever Pro Finishing Powder. And I'm just going to go in and kind of go over the areas that I like contour to set them. Because you do want to set all areas of your face. And then because this is kind of red, as opposed to being like a cool tone, the foundation stick that I use, this powder is also pretty red too, but it's still like tones it down because it's like a lighter color red. I want to take my NARS Gina. It's like a duo, like I don't know the name of it though, but it's Gina. That's the name, but I don't know the name of the actual product. And I'm going to use that as a bronzer. So it's going to make me red. Well, bronze me up, talking about make me red. So I also wanted to talk about something that I saw this week. I don't know how this popped up in my timeline, but it's some like videos from a guy, and it's like the therapist or something like that. And so the video that I saw was Dej Loaf. And so obviously like he interviews a lot of like celebrities or whatever. And I guess it's like a therapy session / interview. I don't really know. But I was watching it, and I was watching the one with Dej Loaf. And this is the first time I ever watched anything from his page. And he was on there, you know, dropping gems. He was like, I can't discredit him because of the way I felt about some of the other things that he did. But he started like playing with stones, talking about energy. And I'm a Christian, so of course like that type of thing, I'm not into that. You know, like in the comments, people, they share their thoughts and, you know, just their experiences, or they say whatever they want to say. The comments are open for you to say whatever you want to say. So I decided that I wanted to comment and talk about my faith. And it was like all hell broke loose, literally. So I just spoke about how me and her has similar characteristics, because she went through some very traumatic experiences that like led her to become very numb. So that's how I feel. I feel like she's basically pretty numb, and so I feel the same way about myself. I'm coming out of it, but the thing was that I just said like, okay, he was dropping gems, but like, why is it that, you know, he had to add in the stones? Like, what was that about? I didn't understand. Why do we need that to make us feel secure? Like, I feel that, you know, people could say probably the same thing about Christianity or whatever, but to each his own. That's your experience. I just talked about my own experience. Like, my experience is that Jesus saved me, literally, and like, that's what I spoke about. They got offended because I said like, Jesus is the answer, and I don't feel like the stones were needed, whatever. So they got offended. And you know, a lot of people just comment underneath it or whatever. I honestly, at this point in my life, I really don't be caring about what people be talking about. Like, and not like that, because I am open-minded, but like, when you get mad at me and call me small-minded, but you're not open to what I'm saying. So it's like, that's when, you know, you lost me. A lot of people just started talking about how stones were used in the Bible, da 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 da. But for me, like, when I looked into that, I'm like, okay, stones were used in the Bible. This was before Jesus even came, you know? So it's like, this is precisely my brow. So this was before Jesus came, that people were like using stones. But the thing was that the high priest used stones inside of their breastplates to, I believe it was something like talk to God or something. I don't know, but don't quote me, first of all. But whatever the case might have been, this was before Christ. So whatever before Christ is like, Christ fulfilled the law. So we look to him for healing, for protection, for all of those different things that people look for in other things, and also stones. So the thing is, people always take things from the Bible and try to switch it around. And it's like, they try to switch it for their own good. And it's like, no. That's why it's so important to study the Word of God. And I think that I'm really thinking about going to school to study the Bible, because I want to I just want to know, you know? So it's like, I'm tired of, you know, having to go and look every time somebody say something. I want to already be prepared, you know? So I'm really thinking about it. And I've been thinking about it for a while. I just need some confirmation from God at this point. I also need to prepare my mind for that. So that's another thing. I'm just very serious about my faith at this point, and I just want to know more, because people out here, they try to act like they know so much about the Bible and they don't. And like, it's so weird, because people could say something I can know, like, no, that's not true. I just want to be able to back up whatever it is that I'm saying, like, right away. Well, I don't have to go look and try to figure out nothing, you know? So that's where I am with that. But yeah, back to like the whole video with Dave's Loaf or whatever. So he brought out the stones and was saying like, this one is a stone for love and all this other stuff. And I'm like, Jesus is love. Like, God is love. Why are we, I mean, of course I know like the carnal mind cannot like discern the things of the spirit, of course, but it's just like, man, it's rough. Like, and I'm struggling with that too, the fact that, you know, everybody just won't get it. And if they do, they have their own time to get it. But it's just really hard seeing people lost. You know, we are just supposed to plant the seed, but it's still hard to just look at people be lost. Like, it is. And that's my truth. Like, it's hard to see people just like, but it's also hard that, you know, people not even open to hearing. So that's another part that's really hard. Because people will argue with you that you are closed-minded, but they will be closed-minded in the same sentence. Like, in the same breath, you being closed-minded, but telling me that I'm closed-minded. How? How that work? How? How, sis? How, bro? It really be the guys, though, because the guys, they be out of order, out of control, thinking they know everything. Dig deep. I always want to tell you to dig deep. No, you need to dig deep and stop twisting the Bible around, sir. Like, I really do appreciate my pastor and the church that I am at now, because, not to say my old pastor, or the church that I did go to, he did break the Bible down. He was a teacher too, and I do appreciate people who teach the word over, like taking up scripture and just like doing whatever with it and ending up all the way in a whole nother passage. But like, yeah, I just really appreciate that. So I think too, because it's different ways of teaching. So like for me, the church that I did attend, like I said, the teaching was good, but I wasn't growing in the church as a whole. So it was like I needed to find a place where I can grow. And so where I am, I believe that's what's happening. So, well, it is what's happening. So, yeah, I just appreciate really learning. You got to be careful who you're allowing to teach you the word, but you also have to learn for yourself. And that's where I am. Like, I'm in a place where I'm ready to know for myself. And I have been, you know, in and out, just studying different things and seeing different things that I'm interested in, as far as stories and stuff like that in the Bible. But I just want to know, like, I feel like I just want to know it all. Even though, you know, God does that, like he will reveal himself to you, but I am a logical being, so I need to be able to look at the logics and also the spiritual of it. And I think that's where I am. Like, that's it. What we about to do with this? We taking the James Charles palette, and we taking that brown shade next to the black, and I'm going to apply that above my crease, because that's going to be the color that I want above the crease. I mean, this might be, I also feel like I need to find my people on YouTube. Like, they need to find me. That's it. They need to find me, because like I appreciate the people who do watch me, but because y'all my people, like y'all are, but like I know there are more people like you guys out there, you know? So it's like, it's just a matter of them finding my channel. But YouTube, for whatever matter, got their own thing going on, and my people can't find me. My people can't find me. We just gonna keep going. That's what we're gonna do, actually. We're gonna keep going. And It's gonna happen. This black in here is really good. Like, all these colors are literally really good. I think I was struggling with my identity on YouTube at one point because I just didn't understand, like, at the place where I was, not necessarily starting off on YouTube, because I was definitely in a different place when I started, but as I continued to be on YouTube, I noticed that, you know, I was growing. I was struggling in showing who I was because I was growing. So it was hard for me to really figure out what it was that I was supposed to be doing, if that makes sense. As far as like showing you guys who I am. So I feel like I've grown more, grown out of that more, that part of like just not knowing how to be myself, if that makes sense. But like, yeah, that's what it was for me. Like, I was struggling being myself because I'm like, okay, I'm changing, so who am I right now? So it was hard, and some days it still is, but I feel like I'm past that point. It's just tough because I noticed that you also can get really caught up in other people's personalities too. Like, you'll see people who grow on YouTube and you kind of like, oh, it unconsciously just be like, okay, am I supposed to be like this? And it's weird because, like I said, it's like unconscious behavior where you just don't even realize you're doing. You're not really being yourself. But for me, it wasn't like I was trying to be somebody else. I was literally like a robot. That's how my best friend explained it. She was like, yeah, G, like when you get on here, you be like a robot. And I don't know, for some reason, like when the camera come on, I just get really like serious. I used to get really serious. I'm gonna use this P. Louise brush to carve out my crease. What I noticed about this is that it's just like any other $2 brush, like a little cheap brush, literally. They just cut it, and like, it's a waste of money, honestly. You could just buy a little brush off Amazon and cut it. Like, I did cut it and put the little, what's it called, down on it. But these companies be tricking us. I bought it because I wanted to see what the hype was about, but it's just like any other brush, literally. So the next brush I invest in, if it's some money, not to say that this was like super expensive, but if I'm investing in brushes like these, I could definitely invest in some high-end brushes, if that's the case. But surprisingly though, Morphe has some really good brushes. For them to be like pretty affordable, that's no pun intended neither. I was just like, I'm just being honest. Somebody gotta do it. Like, even this other brush that I got, I want to try this to see. The brush that I use to apply it, like, it's flat. So I want to try this too. So I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, and then I'm going to come back to you guys. So I'm gonna take my Urban Decay Heavy Metal in Midnight Cowboy. Very, very carefully. Then I'm going to do the other side. I'm gonna take this MAC Cosmetics sample. It's like a pigment, and I'm gonna apply that. We about to apply this because it's like orange. I want orange. Yeah, that's it right there. A deeper brown out of that palette and kind of like transition it in with that. So I'm using the same brush so that it'll be literally like a transition. you know.